अभिषेक आया नहीं? अभिषेक
सर बोला था फिर सर मैंने बोला था तो सर कोई थी सर
फोन करो कौन करिया तब डाक दो और तुम्हें स्टार्ट करता किछि ओटे समथिंग ओके देखो तो करत मुता डाक
सर
ओके
Hello, okay. Today we will discuss about the overview of some SOA systems, how it is working, and some examples with XML. Okay. Abhishek, have you joined?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
yes. Yes, John. Yes, good.
Hi, everyone.
Start.
Hi, everyone. My name is Abhishek Kumar. I will be helping you or guiding you throughout this SOA lab for this semester. Since we have a time constraint, we have only 10 to 12 labs. So, and we have many things to do in these lab sessions for SOA architecture. So what we will do, we will go step by step in very brief manner, and I will be sharing with you some resources so that you can continue with that. So it will be better for you if you want to continue with the resources which I will be sharing with you. So what we will do today, we will start with some basic concepts of what is SOA architecture. So in the past few lectures we have been introduced with what is SOA. So I just wanted to know if you have understand what is SOA or what is SOA means what is service oriented architecture. So we will start with what is service first. See, I have been sharing some slides with you so that you can will get easily what is service or what is service based architecture or service oriented architecture. So see, service is just like a function. If you are newbie to service oriented architecture, and if someone asks you what is service, you can simply say service is simply a function. Then anyone can ask me, sir, if service is a function, then why we are studying service? Since we have already studied the what is function and how we can use it, so why we are studying service oriented architecture? Since so the work if we talk about the working of services and the function, both are working in a same fashion.
Hello, Abhishek bhaiya.
Yeah.
Are you trying to like share something?
Sorry?
Actually, are you trying to share something like on a screen? Because on my screen it was not visible. Like
No.
Okay, sorry, sir.
First listen to me carefully, then I will share some slides.
Nothing is said. When he will say, he will just tell you that I have said. Okay.
So if you have what is service? Service is simply a function. If you are using a function, I can say it is a service. But the major difference between a function and a service is, if you are writing a program and it has functions like addition function, subtraction function, multiplication function, and division function. If I am writing a program and I am calling it, if I am writing the program and I am calling it, then it is called function. But in case of service, if I am writing the program and someone is using that function, then it is called service. Everyone got it?
So can you please repeat so one more time?
So if I am writing a program, let's say I am writing a program having 4 functions, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, and I am also calling it, then it is simply a function. Okay. And if I am writing the function, if I am writing the program like addition, subtraction, and multiplication and division, and someone other like you, if I am writing and Siddharth is want to call that function, then the same function will be called as service.
Yes, yes, I got it, sir.
Okay. So let's say I have a function. I am sharing this slide. Let's say I have a function. See this program first. Everyone see this program first. It has a class. It has a class. Class name is add. It is a Java program. If everyone knows the Java, or it is a simple syntax, everyone can understand it easily. So it is a class named as add, and it has a function named as addition, which requires two parameters, integer x and integer y, and it simply returns x and y. So if I am writing and calling this addition function, if I am calling this addition function in my main program, main function or main class, here I am calling addition class, add class, and calling the addition function with argument a and b having the values 12 and 11. Then it is simply called function. But someone, let's say, let me clear another. Okay. Let's say this is the program we have. This is the program P, or addition program. It has a function add. Add has parameter 5, 2. If I am calling it in the main function add 5, 2, it will return, let's say, integer x, and we will print it x as. Then this is called function, simply a function. But let's say someone who don't know about this function wants to call this add function. He has not written, it is client. He has not written the addition class. And directly wants to invoke or call this addition function. What it will do? It will create addition object a, new, add, and simply a dot addition 5, 2. Then this function in this client program will call it service. Everyone got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So function is if you are writing the program and calling the function in your same program, then it is called simply a function. If you are writing a program and the same function is called by another another program by someone, then this similar function is called as service. If you have studied the database, primary key in another table known as foreign key. In the same way, function in another program is called as service, right? Are we on the same page?
Yes, sir.
Anyone? Okay. Then in the service oriented architecture, we have got what is the service part. What is the service oriented part? Let's discuss what is the service oriented part. Then we will move on step by step, so that we will able to implement the service oriented architecture in our projects. So we have understand what is service. Service is simply a function which is developed by another person and called by another person. Then it is called service. And one thing, if you have written this program, if you have written this program, it will run for some time, let's say 1 second. But it is, if it is a service, then it will run for it will be running for continuous period of time, so that if we want to call this function at any time, then this function will return some value. Let's say I have calling it, I will be invoking it at 9 a.m. and I will be calling it at 9 p.m. The program will be on running position. It will not after executing at the first time, after executing first time, it will be gets over from the CPU. It is not like that. It is a service. It is always in running state. Got it? So what is service oriented? If you have heard about the procedure procedure oriented programming in the previous recent year backs. So procedure oriented programming in the procedure oriented paradigm. What was there? Simply a software. Let's say it is a software. Software is developed using some collection of function. Before object oriented programming, what was the popular paradigm used for developing a software? This was procedure oriented programming. Procedure oriented in procedure oriented programming, what we are using, we have a collection of functions. Let's say this is a function f1, this is function f2, this is f3, this is, let's say, f4, f5 and f6, and combination of these functions, like this will communicate this one, this will communicate this one, this will communicate this one, this will call this one, and collection of this will be called as a software. What if this function is not developed by you? If it's developed by me, then it is called procedure oriented programming. Procedure oriented paradigm or programming, jo bhi. If it's not developed by me, let's say it is not a function, it is a service, then what if I have a collection of services? You know the service. What is service? Service S1, service S2, service S3, service S4, service S5 and service S6. We can have many services, let's say 100,000, and we can have many more than that. So let's say this service is calling this one, this service is calling this one, this service is calling this one, this function service is calling this one. Then this kind of situation, this kind of software development paradigm is known as service oriented paradigm, service oriented architecture or service oriented paradigm of developing a software. The problem is why we have moved from this one to this one.
Sir,
Okay.
sir, like for if I'm like creating a software, for example, and I'm importing libraries from, like, I'm downloading libraries from the net, I'm then using it. So then it is also known as service oriented, sir.
Sorry.
So for example, sir, I'm developing a software for which for example, I'm using some libraries
Okay, I
and
got
I'm
it. Okay,
importing.
I got it.
So then also it will be known as service oriented.
Please give me 5 minutes. You will get it on
Okay,
your
sir.
answer.
Okay, sir.
What you have got it? What is service oriented paradigm of development?
Yes, sir.
The problem is why we have moved from procedure oriented programming to service oriented programming. The major drawback in procedure oriented programming, it was written by me. Since I have written this programming language, software, F1 is written in, let's say, C++, F2 must be written in C++, F3 must be written in C++, F3 must, for all the different functions we have using in procedure oriented programming must be written in single programming language. We cannot communicate two functions written in different languages. But in case of service oriented architecture, it is even possible. It can be written in C++, it can be written in Java, it can be written in Python, it can be written in, let's say, Perl, it can be written in, let's say, we have one more language, C#. Okay. Even since it is an interoperable kind of thing, so S1 service can be developed by C++, and it can be developed by, let's say, other developer in let's say country like USA. It is developed in India. It is developed by, let's say, Google and Facebook These are the services, different services, and we have orchestrated them to give a particular function. So what is service? What is software? Software gives us service. So these different kinds of services are orchestrated in such a fashion, such a fashion, so that we will get a particular service which are required by our company or for individual purpose. Someone asked me question. Have you got the answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got the
Okay.
answer.
So this is the service-oriented architecture. How this is service-oriented paradigm of development of software. It's not the architecture. How we will develop the architecture? It's a long story. We will be following in the lectures and in the SUA labs. So we will get on this. Uh, Second thing, we know till now we have known what is service, what is service, what is service oriented. We know the what is service oriented. We don't know what is the service oriented architecture. We will know in the upcoming lectures what is service oriented architecture in detail. So till now we have known what is service oriented architecture, uh, but we don't know how this service can be developed. If it is written in like a form of function, uh, it is not written in the it is not can be written in form of functions plus some APIs some in some language. Let's say I am using Java, then function incorporated with some APIs in Java can be used to create service. Got it? Simply means if I have written a function, let's say addition, if I have written function like addition, integer a, integer b, and it returns a plus b, can we convert this function into service? Yes, we can easily. We can easily convert this function into a service using some APIs. Let's say if you are using Java, if you are known to some other language, even then it is possible to create a service from a function. Yani simply a function can be easily converted into service by using some APIs which acts upon this function to create a web service. This service this service is different from web service. How it is different from web service? Because web service is an implementation. It's not like it is implementation. It is like you have known you have if you have studied the data structure, you know the list is list is an abstract, and linked list and array are the implementation. In the similar fashion, service is an abstract. If user wants to if user wants to access some kind of service, then it can call he can call function addition. The user does not concern how it is implemented in the background. So service can be implemented using different technology. In the past lectures, we have seen it can be implemented using web services. It can be implemented using Cobra, Cobra, yeah, Corba, and we have REST web services. We have many ways to implement socket programming. The earlier ways of creating the services is socket programming, DCOM. If you have known to this DCOM, distributed component object model, and we have RMI method, remote method invocation techniques. These are the different techniques. But why this REST and web services techniques are popular? Two popular techniques are we have to create services, to create service, not web service, to create services. Two popular approaches are followed in this industry. First one is soap based web service, and second is REST based web service. But we have many approaches like socket programming, RMI method, socket programming, RMI, DCOM, and we have Corba. The major disadvantage in these techniques are If you have services written in only Java, then socket programming can be easily can be implemented. If you are using C++, then sorry, RPC. Am I not? It is RPC, remote procedure call. If you are using C++, then RPC is the technique through which we can create web services. But the all the services needs to be S1. Let's say S1, S2, S3. All these services needs to be developed using the C++. These are the disadvantages, because these applications were not be interoperable. DCOM in the similar fashion, it is used by C#. Cobra is the first technology. Cobra is the first technology which is which is used to create the distributed system, which is actually the interoperable distributed system, but it fails because it was simply a API which was implemented by different companies, but different companies did not implemented it very well. So what we will follow, we will in this course we will follow the SOAP based web service and the REST based web service to create web services. Everyone till now everything is clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
If I am going fast, you can interrupt me to go slow. Shall I move forward?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have an architecture to show to you. What is that? Is the see. I recommend you all to please note down this architecture, because it is if you have written the basic architecture, we have service provider. Here we have service provider. In the past 2 days, you have been introduced with the basic SOA architecture, where we have service provider. We have service provider here. We have service consumer here. We have service broker here, and we have registry over here. What are those things we will learn in this architecture.
Sir, are you presenting something?
This one.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah, bolo.
are you presenting something?
I am
presenting something on the screen?
Yeah.
Sir, I am not saying anything. No, sir. No, sir.
I am on the PDF which has written WSDL file.
Yes,
WSDL
sir. We are able to see that, like proxy tool and WSDL file, something like that.
I am on .5 only.
Yeah, yeah.
Is everyone on the same page?
Yeah, we are seeing like on my screen, it was like one of the PDF file, like one structure is there.
Yes, sir. So we are on same page, sir.
Okay. This is the same architecture you have noted down 2 days back, where we have a service provider, service consumer, service registry, and the service broker. This is the same architecture, but it is more detailed way, so that you will get to understand what is the various steps what is the various steps to create a web service and to consume a web service. Suppose I will be using the same function, which is addition function. Suppose I have a class. I am not presenting. I am on the same architecture. I am just speaking to you. So what was I will be using the same addition function. Suppose, let's say, if anyone has some doubts, please ask me. See, this is the server side. This is the server side, and this is here client side. Is this visible? Client side and the server side?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In case of web services, in case of service oriented architecture, nothing is like server and nothing is like consumer. Okay. If I am delivering something, then I am the service provider. If someone is consuming my services, then he is the consumer. And the later point of time, if he delivers something and I am consuming that service, then he becomes the server and I become the consumer, right? In the so I have this block. Please listen carefully. This architecture is very important. We will be dealing with each and every component in this architecture in the later sessions of the lab. So in each lab, what we will doing? We will be studying the SOAP request. In the next lab, we will be introducing. We will be reading SOAP responses. What is a skeleton? What is WSDL file? What is the server side? So in each lab, we will be dealing with each and every component of this architecture. So please listen it carefully. What is happening here? So I have marked with various points like 1 and 2 so that you can follow it easily. This is the call service.java. This is the same program which I have written or I have shown to you, which had addition function. Okay. This call service.java, if you have written some program in Java, this is the basic Java. If you have written some program in Java in earlier, so this is call service. What is it has? It has the it has the addition function. It has addition function. Let's say it has parameter 2, integer a and integer b. And this function, it is now function. For this at this point of time, it is simply a function. But this function is this function needs to be called by another program, which is CPP file. See, this is a simple scenario. Here we have Java program, and here we have CPP program, right? C++ program we have here in the client side, and C++ program wants to invoke this addition function, right? This is the situation where two web services or two web services wants to communicate. What we will do? Addition program. It has addition program. In the step 1, we have WSDL generation tool. See, I will explain to. Suppose I have a class here. Class add. Class add. It has a function integer addition. It has two parameters, integer a, integer b, and it will simply return a plus b. this is the class name addition add, and this is the function name. If you want to call this function, what you will need? You need the class name so that you will create the object. So what we will do? Addition a is equals to new add and a dot addition 5,2. So what we will need to call this function? We need the class name. First thing, what we will need? We need the class name. Second thing, what we will need? We will need the function name. Addition is the function name. Third thing, what are the different parameters? So integer a and integer b are the parameters. What is the how many parameters we have? We have 2 parameters. Okay. So to call a function, these are the basic prerequisites to call a function. So if a program, let's say this is a C++ program. If this C++ program wants to call this function, addition function, what it needs? The basic requirement to call a function is this file, which has the particular details like class name, what is the class name, what is the addition, what is the parameters, and how many parameters we have, what is the return type. Okay, what is the return type? Everyone, please say yes or no. Anyone, please say yes or no. Are you getting
Yes,
this
sir.
point or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So to call this function, these are the basic requirements. What we need class name. See, I am getting this class name from here, and the addition 5 2 is the parameters. We have two parameters, and the data type of parameters should be integer. So these are the basic requirements to call a particular function. So this C++ program required what does it require? It requires the class name, addition is the function name, integer a and integer b are the parameters, and two is the number of parameters, and return type is integer. This file is known as, what is the name of this file? Anyone can say anything? What is the name of this file? This file is named as WSDL. Okay. WSDL, Web Service Description Language. What it has? It has the, suppose I have a function or service which has a particular function to share with another program. So what it will do? It will generate the WSDL file. Okay. How it will generate? It will use WSDL generation tool. WSDL generation tool. This program will be act as an input, and WSDL file will be act as an output. And which tool we will use? We will use WSDL generation tool. What is the content of the WSDL file? It has the class name, the function name, the parameters, the number of parameters, and the return type. So this WSDL file will be accessed by the C++ program. Okay, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now this C++ program developer, let's say I am the developer of this one, and let's say Pratik is the developer of this one. Pratik has developed class add. He has developed function addition and returned this one. If I am the developer of C++ program, I do not know what is the name of the function, what is the name of the class name, what the Pratik has developed. The function developed by Pratik, what is the its class name, what is the function name, what is its parameter, how many parameters it has, and what is the return type. I don't know anything. So what I will do, I will contact or get the WSDL file of the particular service. Okay. So each and every service has a particular WSDL file, right? So what we will do, after getting the WSDL file from the Pratik, I will get to know the means the class name is add, function name is addition, and the parameters are integer a, integer b, and there are two number of parameters, and the return type is integer. So I can call this function now. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, it is possible for C++ because we know that C++ has class object like thing,
Yeah.
but what in
Right.
case
Right.
of C language?
Uh,
It will
12
have
for
only
5.
functions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what is the confusion in your mind. It will be clear in, let's say, 10 minutes more. Okay. Now the steps, first step is clear to you, everyone? call service dot java will be provided to WSDL generation tool, and it will generate the WSDL file, right? Up to this point, I am pointing it.
Yes, sir.
Up to this point, everyone is clear? What is WSDL file? What are the different contents of the WSDL file? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
After that, after getting the WSDL file, since the WSDL file is the WSDL file is with Pratik only. It is not being sent to me. It has been generated by the WSDL generation tool, and it is with Pratik only. What Pratik will do? It will he will send me the email with attached WSDL file, right? But in case of, let's say, I am the only user of his addition service. If I am the only user of the addition service, what I will do, I will request him to send me the mail with the attached WSDL file, so that I can call that function or call that service. But let's say Pratik has developed like cricket web service. Let's say you have developed like CrickBuzz, which shows the live scores of the cricket matches. But in that case, what will happen? The Pratik has developed the CrickBuzz web service, and in that case, there are many users who wants to access that, who wants to call that service in their application. In that case, he will not provide each and every client with getting their email IDs and attach the WSDL file and send them to each and every client. What he will do, he will create a registry software, right? He will create a registry software known as UDDI, and upload that web service WSDL file into this. Okay. The uploading of WSDL file into the UDDI registry software is known as publishing the WSDL file, right? Is known as publishing the WSDL file, and the public IP address of this UDDI is available to all. So if I want to access the if I want to call that addition service, I will simply contact this IP address of this UDDI and simply gets the WSDL file of the particular call service.java, right? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay. So in case of, if you are developing a particular service for particular user, then you can simply send the particular WSDL file using the email. But if you are developing such kind of program which can be accessed by millions of users, let's say API authentication program of Google, it is being used by millions of users around the world. So what it will do, it has created a platform named as api.google.com. This is the registry software or registry place where the different APIs provided, different services provided by the Google is present over there. So it has the WSDL file, and it has the different documentation. So how to use that WSDL file, right? So now coming to the client side, now we don't know whether the program written is Java, whether the program written is in C++, whether the program written is in Python. We don't know. Given the WSDL file, we cannot predict whether the particular service, let's say addition service, is whether developed by any particular language. We cannot predict. So what we will do, we only know in the client side, we only, as a developer, C++ developer, I know I have the proxy tool. What it will do, since I am the C++ developer, since I have the C++ developer, I have the C++ proxy tool. Okay. Someone asked me some question some time back. This is the answer. Okay. So I C++ proxy tool. What it will create a stub object. Stub objects. What it will do? It will convert the structure. Means if I have the let's say class add, it is addition, or it is return x plus y. Here is the x, we have y, it is xy. This is the Java. This is written in Java. If I have the proxy tool, 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 which is written in C++, using the WSDL, using the WSDL file of this, using the WSDL file of this this program, it will create like what it will create. It will create stub objects. What is stub objects? Stub objects, or you can say classes, stub classes. It will create only the interface. Like we have class add. It has integer. It has integer addition, integer x, integer y. See, this is the like interface. It does not have implementation like return x plus y. It does not have implementation. Okay, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so then proxy tool, it has what will be the input of proxy tool? It the WSDL file will be act as input, and the stub classes will be act as output. Okay. Now we have stub objects with us. Now we have stub objects with us. I can simply, since I am C++ developer, I know these are the interface. I can simply call addition O. I can create object like stub O, stub object O, and I can simply call addition 5,2. Now the major part of our syllabus will be covered here after this point. Stub objects is O, and O dot addition is our function. Since I know the
Can you
function name is
please
addition.
stub object creation part?
Sorry.
This stub object creation part, can you please repeat once?
Okay. See, if I give you a task, let's say I have a class. I have a class addition, and it has a function, let's say add. It has implementation. It has implementation x plus y return. Right? You can convert this using proxy tool. Proxy tool will simply deletes this implementation, because since it is generated by proxy tool, will be act on WSDL file. WSDL 5 has only the names only: addition, add, integer, what are the parameters, what are the return type. It does not have implementation. So using the WSDL file, you cannot implement those functions. You can simply create a particular structure, right? That structure
Yes.
is the simply interface.
Okay.
Okay, so that interface is known as stub classes. See, it will look like similar to this structure. It has the same thing like class addition, integer add, but it does not have any implementation part, right? It does not have any implementation part. After getting the stub classes, what C++ developer in the client side will do, it will simply call, since since it has add and add class and addition function, what it will do, it will create a stub object O and O dot addition function 5,2. After after writing this line, or after executing this line, it will again the architecture, right? After executing this line, particular line which was written by me earlier, it will send the file again. It has the classes. classes. It has set of classes. What it will do, it will create soap request. What is soap request? Now, please, everyone.
Sir, hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Sir, can you repeat from stub O? You have said na stub O. After that, what you have said?
Okay.
Stub O.
Okay. Stub till this point, everybody, is it clear or not? Stub O dot addition 5,2.
Sir, just after stub O, sir. Your I think because of some bad network, sir. I didn't listen that time.
Okay. Let's say you have this stub classes. What is it has the only interface. If you have interface like addition, add, or addition function name, and it does not have implementation, even then you can call these functions. Okay, even then you can call this function. What we will do as a C++ developer, we will we will create a stub object O, and I will call object O dot addition function. After this this uh, after getting the parameters like 5,2 are the parameters, actual parameter. Till now we have only the formal parameters, integer x and integer y. These are the formal parameters. The first time, for the first time, I am getting the actual parameters 5,2. Before this I am only dealing with the formal parameters. So for the first time I have.
Sir, stub is the name of the file or stub is the name of the class?
These are the set of classes.
So stub is a class.
Right.
Okay.
These are the APIs. If you have written some program in Java, these are the jar files, right?
Okay, sir.
Addition. So for the first time, I am getting 5,2, which is the actual parameter. Now the actual web services connection starts here. What it will do? This will pass 5,2 to the stub. Stub is a class, set of classes. It has many features. Suppose you have if you have written some program, let's say in Java, let's say iostream.h. I have this iostream.h. It has many functions. So some function will do this part and some function will do another thing. In the similar fashion, 5,2, it is the actual parameter. It will then again pass to the stub classes. Using the stub classes, using the features of stub classes or operations provided in the stub classes, what I will do, I will create SOAP messages. See, listen this carefully. SOAP messages. What are the SOAP messages? I will simply create XML file. I will simply create XML file. See, what I will do, I will simply create XML file. Anyone knows the HTML? Anyone? Basic HTML or XML?
Yes, sir.
Okay. XML is similar to HTML. We will discuss XML part in the same lab today. So I have here 5,2. What I will do, using the stub classes, I will generate XML file. What is the XML file? It has what is its content? It has content like these are the function name. These are the addition. Addition is the class name. Sorry. These are the class name. Add is the class name, and I have addition class name. I have a function addition. What I am doing? This is function name. I have a function or operation. You can say operation here. You can write operation here, or which is addition. Addition function name. It has an operation, and these are the parameters. We can write param1 as 5, and these are the param2, and this is 2 param, right? These are the function name. I am
Sir, who will generate the SOAP messages? Is it will be a proxy tool or what?
sorry.
Sir, who will generate the SOAP messages?
Using the stub classes, I will generate the SOAP request or SOAP messages.
Sir, means let's say I am at the C++ programmer, so
Right.
I am the one who will be generating SOAP messages.
Yeah. Using the stub classes, you will be generating the SOAP messages. What is SOAP message? It is simply XML file. It is a simply XML file. I will be discussing the what is XML or XSD and DDT. We will discuss in later point of time in the same lab. So it has
Ah, acha.
anyone asking something? So moving on, this is the XML file, right? This is the XML file. It is written like class name add, and it is the open tag, it is the end tag, and this is the function name. It has name addition. This is the parameter 1, which is 5, which this is the parameter 2, which is 2, and this XML file can be written as this XML file can be called as SOAP messages. SOAP messages. When this XML file will be called as SOAP messages if this XML file has predefined tags, right? XML file plus predefined tags is known as SOAP messages. If I can say you cannot write like this, you cannot write like this, you cannot write like this, these are the rules. So if I have given some rules according to which I should write the XML file, then it is called SOAP messages. We will dealing with this kind of situation in upcoming labs, so not to worry till now. So XML file with some predefined tags is known as SOAP messages. Till now, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Moving on, we have the this SOAP message is called SOAP request. This SOAP message is called SOAP request. This SOAP request needs to be sent out to the server side. It is on client side now. It is on client side now. It has to be sent to the server side. So sending a file from client side to server side requires some protocol. So we will use here HTTP. Please make a note on it. We are only using HTTP to send SOAP request from client side to the server side. Okay. In case of REST based web services, we are using different kind of protocol. So this is known as, if you are seeing this architecture is known as SOAP based architecture, SOAP based SOA architecture, right? It is like two web services are communicating using SOAP based messaging system. So till now we have reached to the point 8. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Point eight.
After sending to the server side, which component of the client side, which component of the server side will receive that SOAP request? The component which receives that SOAP request is a skeleton. Remember, a skeleton.
Sir, you have said about HTTP, it will be applicable for web services, all the web services. But what about the other services?
Sorry?
So HTTP protocol will be carrier for SOAP messages for web services, all the web services. But what about the other services?
Not web. It is responsible for sending out the SOAP request to the client, from client side to the server side.
Yes, sir. So you have said that we will use only HTTP.
Yeah.
So is it or we can use any other thing, any other protocol?
No. See, uh, someone must have developed this SOAP kind of thing. So one of the PhD student in I don't know the country has developed the REST web services. So it has used the different kind of protocol to communicate two different web services. So so someone must have developed the SOAP messages to communicate two different web services. So it has insisted on to use only the HTTP.
Okay.
Okay. In case of SOAP request, since we are using only SOAP based services and the REST based services. In case of SOAP based services, we are only using HTTP. Okay. So can anyone tell me why the skeleton is used here?
Because we have to generate that SOAP message back again
Right.
to the parameters
Right.
required for the .java file.
Since a skeleton has only XML file, XML file which has XML file which is the representation of Java object, right? Java object like addition, add, o, new, add, and I have o dot addition 5,2. This was the scene before. So what I have done, I have converted this into XML, or XML you can say SOAP. For now you can say simply XML or SOAP messages using stub classes, right? So in the server side we need to again convert this XML to Java classes, right? Java classes, so that the Java program we have called service.java able to execute that program. So this Java classes can be generated using a skeleton only, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So after getting the Java classes from the XML file which is sent by the SOAP messages, it will be passed on to the call service.java 9.9. Okay, everyone, 0.9 is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then after executing the 5,2 and getting the return value as 7, it will send that 7 value using the 10th step to the skeleton again, using the 10th step. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now after getting the 7 as return value of using the 5,2 in the parameter as a parameters of the addition function, it will again generate the SOAP response, right? SOAP response using step 11. See the step 11, skeleton will generate again the SOAP response. What is SOAP response? It is a XML file which has predefined tags. What are the different predefined tags? We will see in the next upcoming SOA labs, or you will see in the upcoming lectures of SOA. So what are the different predefined tags we will see. So skeleton will generate again the SOAP response. Since we have SOAP response in the server side and it needs to be transferred to the client side, so which protocol we will use again? We will again use HTTP protocol, and the SOAP response we will now the SOAP response is on client side. After getting the SOAP response on the client side, using the 13th step means this SOAP response will be made available to the stub classes, right? And this, after getting the SOAP response, this stub classes will provide the return value 7 to the CPP file. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Please see this architecture for 1 and 2 minutes or 5 minutes. You can take 5 minutes, and if you have any doubt, please ask me for now. After that, we will be moving forward to XML.
Sir, that means every service consumer will be having stub file of its own.
Sorry. Oh, stop file of its own. Right. Yeah.
Every service consumer, let's say we have right now we have seen the C++. Let's say we have Perl, then we have C hash. All those will be having their
I am
own
coming
kind
to
of
that.
stuff.
I am coming to that point. I am coming to that point. Anyone? Any other questions?
Sir, also, sir, can service provider also have a stub file? Let's say it requires services from other classes.
Sorry, service provider?
Can service provider also have a stub file? Let's say it requires some other services from other classes.
Yeah. I'm coming to that point. A single point will clear all your doubts. Anyone with another questions? Shall I move forward? Anyone please, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, someone is asking me, I am coming to that problem. See, in this architecture, what I have need what are the different tools? What are the different tools I need to? So, if I am the Java developer for this kind of architecture, for simply as for now, for Java developer as a Java developer, what are the different tools I am required here? I am required here WSDL generation tool, first tool, and the second tool is a skeletal tool, right? If I have the two tools here, WSDL generation tool and the skeleton tool, I can done with my part, server part, right?
Yes, sir.
If I have the two tools, let me write here. If I have the two tools, if I am the Java developer, if I have the skeleton tool and the WSDL generation tool, I am done with the server part. I can do anything, right?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, if I have the proxy tool, since a stub file is the output, so if I have the proxy tool in the client side, I have done with my job at the client side, right?
Yes, sir.
So these files, these tools are come as a API, right? In Java, these files are come as a package as form of API, right? Or similarly, proxy tool in this part in the client side is come as a API. So some programming languages, let's say if someone is using Python, so someone is using Python, so you can download a particular API and you can only consume a particular service, right? You cannot develop a particular service, because if you have only client API, you can only consume a particular service. You cannot develop a service, because you don't have the API to generate WSDL generation tool and the skeleton part, right? So
Can
you can have,
repeat what you said just now?
okay. You can have two APIs, a client API and the server API. For using the client API, you can only consume services. You cannot generate services. Or similarly, if you have service API, you can generate services. You cannot consume services. So if I am the service developer, so I need to download the service API. If I am only the consumer, if I'm only the consumer of this particular service, so I need to learn the client API, right?
Okay.
Okay. The client API has the code of proxy tool, and the service API has the code of skeleton and the WSDL generation tool, right? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So in case of Python, you need to download two APIs, which is client API and the service API. But in case of Java, a single API is used to develop a client API. A single API is used to develop proxy tool, whether it is proxy tool, whether it is WSDL generation tool, or whether it is a skeleton. Yani a single API is enough to generate a web service or consume a web service. It depends on the different programming languages, how it serves its customers, right? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
So Java has 4 APIs in this context, which can single API can generate WSDL file, WSDL generation tool, skeleton, and the proxy tool. So using the single API of Java, you can either consume a web service or you can either generate a web service. But if you are Python developer, you need to learn 2 APIs, a client API and the service API. Suppose you are a service developer, then you need to learn service API, and you are the only consumer of a particular service, then you need to learn client API. It depends on the different programming languages, how it serves different customers, right? Everyone, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So those 4 APIs we will learn in our lab 3. Okay. In our lab 3, we will be learning those 4 APIs. I will not name them here. We will start those 4 APIs in our third lab, maybe third or fourth lab, right? Till now, everyone, everything is clear or not?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
this call service.java is written in Java. This CPP file, it is written in CPP, and this CPP file and Java files are communicating with each other. Even without writing the function, it is consuming that service. So if you are calling or one thing I should write here. If I am, let's say I have a program, I have written a function func, it is an integer a. If I am calling this function, it is simply called calling, right? It is called calling. If I am written a program and it is called by another program, right? If it's called by another program running on different machine, if you are calling this function from this program, then this is called invoking. This is the major difference between invoking and calling, right? So web services are not called, web services are invoked. Everyone?
Sir, can you repeat, sir? Invoking, sir, can you repeat?
Okay. See, if we have written a program, it is written like function integer a, integer b. Sorry for my writing. If you have written program like integer a function, it has parameters, 2 parameters, integer a and integer b. If you are calling that function, in the same program, let's say it is a CPP program, if you are calling that function in the same program, then it is called calling a function. If that function is called by another program running on different machine, then that function is not like calling, like it is like invoking. Difference between the terminology, it is like invoking, right?
Okay,
I
sir,
am
okay.
invoking this function, I am invoking this function. It is not like I am calling this function. So in case of web services, we are not calling the function, we are invoking the function, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So till now, I think anyone can explain how we are using XML in this architecture? Anyone?
Sir, using XML plus DTD to define
Right. Okay. So XML, here the two sections we are using XML. So we need to learn the XML first. So the first topic we will start learning today is XML. So can anyone tell in which step we are using XML?
7, sir.
7th step.
Sending the SOAP requests.
Yeah. So a stop I have written a stop file. It is stop classes, right? So I will edit it. So it is a stop classes. So what stop classes will do? It will generate SOAP request. SOAP request is a XML file which has predefined tags. What is predefined tags? We will learn it later on. So in this step 7, we are using XML. Or again, in which step we are using XML again?
Step number 12, SOAP response.
So in step number 9th. No. Yeah,
Step
9th.
8 also. 8 also, sir. I think.
No. Yes,
Sir,
sir.
for skeleton, na?
Step 8, right. In step 8, we are sending, and it is received by skeleton, and the skeleton will generate the object model, object version of XML file. Okay. So we need to learn two things: how to convert XML to any programming language object. Let's say Java object or C++ object. Okay, and the vice versa. And second thing is XML. So we will start with XML. What is XML? And then we will move to this one. So I will be only discussing the brief part, because if I contribute with describing each and every part, it will be the whole session of Swal Lab will be gets over with only XML and the Java. So how the Java XML is converted to Java. So we had to learn many more things. So we will study somewhat a little bit about each and everything, right? So I am sharing the PPT slide of XML. Everything is clear by now or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Abhishek is a very good teacher. Get your ideas on basic fundamentals clear. So Abhishek Bhaiya is good in web-based development. Any doubt? Ask him. Okay. Okay.
Is the screen visible? XML extensible markup language.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All of you know the basic HTML or not? Basic HTML. If you are knowing the HTML, then it will be easy with going with XML. Anyone who does not know basic HTML, means what is the starting tag, what is the ending tag? Anyone? Okay.
You give some assignment, Abhishek. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Give some other. Let them learn.
Okay. So we will start with XML, which stands for extensible markup language. So if everyone knows what is the HTML, we have an example over here. Let's say I have to print Sanjay Madria web warehouse tutorial and whatever it is. So what I am what it is written over here, we are using h2 tag. H2 tag. This is called a starting tag. Let me. This is here. This is here the starting tag, and this is here the ending tag. A starting tag is always starts with what I can say. It is not explainable, since it ending tag always comes up with forward slash, and starting that does not have any forward slash. If you know the basic HTML, so I am moving forward. So in the same way, in HTML we have predefined tags. H2 is a predefined tag. What it does, it bolds out the Sanjay Madria. If we print this Sanjay Madria, it will the font of this Sanjay Madria will be of bold type, right? If you are using I tag, it is for italic. So the output of this web warehouse tutorial will be in the italic font. So in the same manner, it is, since it is a predefined tag, in the same manner we have in HTML, in XML. but in XML we does not have predefined tags. So anything we can write in XML is always correct. Please note this point. Anything we can write in XML is always correct. Suppose, let's say I am taking an example. Suppose if you don't know the rule of addition, let's say 2 3 4 5 9 3 9 9 3 9 3 2 1 9 5 14 plus 1. I know the rule. 9 5 14 14 plus 1 4 plus 3 4 plus 3 7 and 8. I know the rule. So you can validate if it is done correct or not. If you don't know the rule of addition, I can do anything. 2 3 4 5 and 2 3 9 1. I can write like 1 2 3 4. Even then it is right. If addition does not have any rule. So XML does not have any rule. It has some restrictions which we had to follow. If you follow those restrictions, anything you write in XML is always correct. So how we can validate a particular written XML file is correct or not? Anyone knows?
What's your voice?
How you can validate the particular written XML file is correct or not? To validate a particular XML file is particular written XML file is correct or not, we have two rules. We have to create these rules. We have to create these rules. These are DDT and XSD. XML schema definition, document type definition. These are the two rules. We will run little bit about this because we do not need this. We will require to know this XSD because it will be of our use. So we will use XSD and XML. We will learn little bit about DDT, which is given in the PPT slide, and I will forward these PPT slides so that you can learn on by yourself. So moving forward, are you everyone clear with this point or not? XML does not have any rules which can validate it is correct or not. Since similarly, like if addition has a rule, so that we can validate the particular addition is correct or not. If it does not have any rule, anything we can write it is correct. So in similar fashion, if you write XML code, it does not it has to follow only restrictions. So any XML file is correct. So to validate particular XML file, we need two documents. What first one is document type definition, and the second one is XSD schema XML schema definition. We will learn about it. So moving on. So this is the first example of XML. You can write anything. So what I have, what the particular slide is showing, it has written over ref, then a speaker. A speaker is the tag. We can write anything. You can write your name as well. You can write a speaker, anything you can write. It is always correct. A speaker, first name is Sanjay, last name is Madria. You can give end tag over here. Then you need to end the speaker, right? If any tag is started, then that tag must ended somewhere in the XML file. In the same in the same way, we have title over here. After that, we have wave warehouse tutorial, and the title is ended here. In the same way, conference ADBIS 1999 conference, then empty, then ref. Right? You can write anyway. So if I take an example, I can write like this. Let's say I am writing like program has function name it should be in function name, right? I can write like function name. This function name is, let's say, addition, 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 and it has two parameters. We can write like anything you can write to represent parameters. Let's say I am writing like parameter using param1. It is like param1 is 5 and param2. Param needs to be param1, and after that we are using param2, let's say 2 and param2. This is a example of, in a program we have a function addition, and the function addition has parameter 5 comma 5 comma 2, and the function name is ended here and the program is ended here, right? This is an example of simple XML. You can write in another way also, that is also correct. But what if I say my program is my XML code is right and your XML code is wrong? How I can say that? So for that you need to create the XSD, particular XSD, which validates which XML code is written correctly and which XML code is written incorrectly. So moving forward, why XML is used? Why XML is popular? XML can separate data, right? Sorry.
Sir, XML tags are case sensitive or not?
Which text?
Sir, XML tags.
Within this bracket?
Yes, sir.
No.
They are not case sensitive, no?
No.
Okay, sir.
So XML can separate data from HTML. XML is used to exchange data. So it has given 5 points. What do you think? Which point is used by us? Anyone?
So second point, to exchange data.
To exchange data, second point, and XML can be used to share data, right?
Yeah, to share data.
So we are using, in our context, we are using the second point and the third point. We are not storing the data using XML. We are not generating a particular language or new language using XML. So for this purpose, I have only included this slide. So moving forward, this is the starting tag, ending tag. I have already discussed what is this tags. So if a person name is Alan and its age is 42 and its email ID is something, so you can write like person, it has name Alan, so person is a tag and name is also a tag, age is also a tag, email is also a tag, and uh, after getting over all the attributes, all the information about the particular person, we can close that person tag, right? So these name, age, and email are the sub element of which element? Person. So person is the element, and these are the attributes, or you can say element, sub element, right? Person is the element, and the name, age, and email is the sub element. These are the some rules to follow. These are the basic rules. So names should be start with the letters, numbers, and you know already. So please see this example. Everyone, please see this example. So we have list of peoples. So collection of person, we can say people. So we are enclosing different persons in a set. So that set is known as people. So in the set of people, we have three persons: person, person, and the person. The first person is named as Alan, and his age is 42, and his email ID is something. And starting with the second person, its name is Patsy, and the different values are given here. Similarly, we have third person starting over here, and his name is Rayan, and age is 58, and email is something, right? So even if I sorry, even if I remove this line description people on the 4th floor, even then it is correct, right? Even if I remove this table or table tag over here, even then it is correct, right? Even if I remove this people and people over here, are you getting my point or not? Even this even then I remove this people and people, sorry, people, even then it is correct. Even I remove this description tag over here, even then it is correct. Even I remove this table and table over here, even then it is correct, right? XML is always correct until then. Sorry. So right, what are the XML attributes? If you have like till now we have seen we have a starting tag name and the name is the ending tag here. Let's say I have written some values from over here. Let's say it is price and price 422 and 0.12. So giving the extra information to this value, we need attributes. So I can say 422.12 is the currency of Indian currency. 422 we can say the currency of Indian currency, Pakistan currency, or any other country currency. So to specify particularly which currency it is, from which country it belongs, so we need an attribute. So how do we specify attributes? We can write like this: currency equals to inverted comma euros. It is euros, right? In the same way we can mention here over here language is French and format is this one. You can see this example on your own. It's a very easy language, right? So writing a code in XML is error prone. Please note this point: writing an XML code is error prone. So we do not write XML code. We are writing XML code using tools, because XML files are too long and writing a code in XML can be quite pathetic. So we are only using the some different tools. We have different tools. Some are paid version, some are free of cost. So you can use XML tools. You can get it online. So we will be using that tools to generate XML, because writing XML could be a pathetic thing. So moving forward, these are the simple things. This one, right? Now suppose you have to write this message: extract to message to Tove from Jenny, and do not forget this weekend. This is the message you need to store in XML, right? Because we know XML is also used to store the data. So what we will do, we will convert this message into XML. How we will do this? See this. Since this is a note, since this is a note since this is a note here, from this point to this point, it is a note. I am enclosing them into note, right? After this it is from 2. So here we can start 2, here we can end 2. Here is it is sorry, yeah, here it is starts from 2, here it ends from 2. Here it starts from, here we can write from. Here is the message, here is the message ends, right? So in this way we can convert this particular string or message into XML. So this is the even what I have written is also correct. What it is written over here, it is also correct, because we do not have the we do not have the XSD and DTD till now. So we cannot validate our written XML is correct or not. So to validate particular XML file, we need either of two, either DTD or XSD. So in our SOA lab, for our SOA lab, we need to learn XSD. So we will be focusing on XSD rather than DTD, right? So see this example. It is written the same thing, but it's not formatted in a correct way. It is it should be date should be here, and to should be start from here, heading should be start from here, right? So this is the second example. Everyone getting or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
These are the simple things. If you are not getting it, to you, please refer to this easily. If you are seeing it for the first time, it will be maybe hard for you, but these are very simple things. Okay. So if we talk about, let's say this is the second example. Let's say this is the second example. What is written over here? Chapter 1, Introduction to XML. What is HTML? What is XML? Chapter 2. So this is also a string. We need to convert this into XML. What we will do? Anyone? You can write anything. It is always correct. Anyone suggest me how can I convert this particular paragraph into XML? Anyone?
Sir, which paragraph means? I am on slide
See this.
16.
Right. I am that only. This is our example to write XML code, right? This is the particular set of example in which you need to write into XML. What we will do, since it is like a book example, book where we have a book title, my first XML, chapter 1, what is HTML, what is XML. So what we can do, it is a book example. What we can do, simply we can put book over here, and we can put book over here, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Since it is a title, we can write some meaningful names. We can write your name, your batchmate's name, we can write, but write some meaningful names. So since this is a book title, we can write title. We can write title over here. Since title is ended over here, so we can write title over here. It is a closing, it is the beginning, right? Since it is a chapter name, we can write chapter 1, we can write simply chapter, or we can here close chapter, right? Since chapter does not end here, so we can not write chapter over here, we can write chapter over here, right? Chapter over here, this is the content, this is the content, this is the content of end. Similarly, this is the content end, content starting, and then chapter end. Feed again chapter, next chapter is chapter, then chapter end over here. This is the content, this is the content ending over here, first content. This is the content, this is the content ending over here. Everyone, please.
Yes, sir.
See. It is written in a different way, but we are following the same style, right? Book, it is written like book, then title, we can erase this line if you are getting some problem with this. So we can erase that. Then chapter starts with introduction to XML, then chapter ends over here after getting the content. Para 1, this is para 1, this is para 2. Then after we have starting the second chapter, XML syntax, then para starts with elements must in closing tag, this one. See, same thing done or not? Everyone please say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the similar fashion, you can write, see, person, sex is female, and the first name is Anna, and the last name is Smith. You can write this. You can write this attribute in a new sub element, right? Person, sex is female, and you can write in this another format like person, new attribute, new sub element is sex, and its value is female, right? You can write like this. Both the syntax are correct. What is the bad design? It is not like you should you can do like also. You can do this like let's say person sex is female and first name is Anna and last name is Smith, and you can close here person, right? You can write this person, all information about this person in single line. How I have written person, sex is female, person is first name is Anna, last name is Smith, and person closing tag, right? But we are following this style because this is bad design. We should not follow this. This is recommended. So in the similar fashion, this is an example of bad design. Note: day is 12, month is 11, year is 99, to from Jenny, heading reminder, body is equals to itna, is equals to don't forget this forget me this weekend. And note, this is the bad design. Instead of this, what we should write? Note, right? Let me write using this. What could be done here? We can write like this: note, then day value is 12, then day, फिर month is 11 and month. Similarly, year is 99 and 99, right? This is the good design. The written over here is the bad design, because every attribute, every sub element is added as a sub attribute, right? Here day is written 12, month is written 11, year is 99. What I have done, I have converted these attributes into new sub element. Okay, so in this way we should move. So these are the some examples you can follow. Now DTD starts over here. You can leave this section DTD, this section, but if you want to learn, you can. So what it is? Right. See this example. Till now we have seen what we have seen. Anything we can write is always correct, right? In XML, anything we can write is always correct. But now from this point of time, anything we can write in XML is not correct, because someone is there to validate this XML is correct or not, right? This is called DTD, document type definition. If I remove this DB from here and DB from here, this XML is not correct. See this example first. Observe the difference. Anyone?
No,
So
sir.
what is PC data?
That is parsable character data. It is like anything. Like we have in C++ or Java, we have string. It is similarly like PC data, right? In DTD, the string is known as PC data, parsable character data. It can have any values like 42 over here is PC data, ln is PC data, and it's an email ID. It is also PC data. 42 is a numeric value. Even then, it is even then it can come under PC data, right? So what it says DTD, what DTD is saying, the document you are following, it starts with DB. So if you remove DB from here and DB from here, this XML file is not correct according to this DTD file, right? According to this DTD file, this XML file will not be correct if you remove the DB from here, right? But in independently, this XML will be right, correct, will be correct. But following this DDT, if we remove DB from here, DB from here, it will not be correct, because the DDT is saying the document must start with DB, right? After that, DB must follow number of persons. Yani, what it's saying, you can follow the DB can have many persons, right? Like this is the person 1 and this is the person 2. This is the person 1 and this is the information of person 2. And the person, this is like a recursive definition. So DB must consist of number of person, at least one person. So person must include name, age, and Gmail, right? This is saying the person element must include sub elements name, age, and email. So we have name, age, and email. Or what kind of data the name should have? The data type the name should have, it's PC data, parsable character data. The age should have PC data, parsable character data. Email should have parsable character data, right? Everything, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is DDT. If this DDT will not, if this DDT, okay, moving forward, see this point. These are the different examples. You can check this out from the slide. I will share these slides to you. So see this example. These are the DDT, and these are the, what is this? This is XML document, right? This is XML document and this is the DDT file. So we can write like, let's say this is file1 dtd, and this is file2.xml. So this XML file must this XML file must be according to this file1 dtd, right? Okay. Please see this example, check this example whether it is correct or not according to given definition of DDT. Please check.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in place of sir, in parenthesis node comma not and node comma node, if I write only node, let's say node parenthesis leave.
I am coming to that point. I am coming to that point.
Yes, sir.
Anyone? Any other questions? See, what is written over here? We have node, right? We have node. Node must be, this is the symbol of choice, right? This is the symbol of choice. Either we have leaf or this is the symbol of sequence. Either we have leaf or we have node followed by another node, right? This is sequence, node followed by another node, and either we have node followed by another node and or leaf. Getting this line or not? Node must be followed by leaf. Node must be followed by leaf, or node must be followed by node. This is recursive definition. So this point, this line is according to this part, and this point, this code is according to this part. Okay, and both of these part coming under node, so these are under the this node, and leaf must have the parsable character. So we can write anything. One, two. We can write your name. Like my name is Abhishek, so I can write over here Abhishek, and I can write over Kumar, since it is also a parsable character, right? Rishabh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
got your answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, can anyone generate the DDT from this XML? Till now, what we have done, we have DDT and we are validating our XML, right? We are validating from last two questions. We have DTD and we are validating our XML whether the XML given is correct or not. Here we have given XML, and we want to generate DTD from this code. We have different sorry, we have different tools available online, using which you just need to upload this particular code on their platform, and it will generate DDT, right? You have online XML to DDT generator, you have online XML to XST generator. We have different tools in this section. We have XML to JSON generator, where the JSON is used in REST web services. XML is used in SOAP based web services, right? SOAP based web services uses XML, and JSON is used by REST based web services. We will see the architecture of REST based SOA in the following classes. So anyone can draw this, write the DTD for this particular XML. Anyone, please? So please see, we have DB here, we have DB written over here, we have DB, this is incorrect code, it must be in ending tag. So DB written over here, DB written over here, so we must follow DB, right? DB DB must be following R1, R2, 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 R2. So R1 star and R2 star. In TOC, you know the what is the meaning of R1 star and R2 star. From the TOC, you can correlate. So R1 we can say 0 or more times, R2 we can say 0 or more times. Or what what are the contents of R1? R1 must be followed by A, B, and C. This is the sequence. A must be followed by B, and B must be followed by C. So while writing the R1 code, if you following B, writing the B first and A first, then according to that DTD, this validation of this will get incorrect, right? Are you getting my point or not? Here written A, B, C. So R1 code must written like A must followed by something A, then B must followed by like, and then C. So if we write this one first and this one here, so according to this DTD, it will be incorrect. So in the similar fashion, R2 must be followed by C and D. And what is A, B, and C and D here? A is parsable character, B is parsable character data, C is parsable character data, and D is the parsable character data. Right? This is the DDT for this XML file. Everyone, get it or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So in the same fashion, we have different examples I will be sharing those examples this PPT with you, so you can refer to these slides. What are the meaning of different we have written here: person ID required, mother ID reference implied, ID reference implied, ID reference implied. What implied means it is optional, right? And required means it is mandatory. So please see this code, DDT file. Please see. Then we will move on to this example, this XML file, which follows the DDT, this DDT, right? So please see this DDT first. So what is written over here? Family can consist of many persons, right? What is the meaning of a star? Family may consist of many persons, and person must have a name, right? Person must have a name. The name must be parsable character, and person must have a ID. These are the attributes, right? These are the attributes. So person must have an attribute which is mandatory, which ID must be mandatory, and mother is optional, father is optional, and the children is optional. So moving forward, so you can see over here, family is the root node. So family is the root node. We can have many person over here, since it is written a star. So we can have many persons. So how many persons are there? Person 1, person 2, person 3, and person 4 over here. Okay. So person must consist of name attributes. So name is the Jan Doe, and the person must have name attributes, and name must be parsable character. So we have following the same rule. But how to write the DDT for this? Person ID is equals to Jane, mother is Mary, and father is John. Similarly, person ID is John, and children is Jane, Jack. Similarly, ID is written. So this person has ID, mother, and father. This person has attributes ID, children. This person has ID, this person has attributes ID and children. So it is not fixed. What are the different attributes the person has? So in that case, if we can see over here, ki uh, ID is required, ID is mandatory, and the mother name and father name and the children are optional. So for that kind of situation, we have DDT like this. So person ID required is mandatory. So how we can specify the ID is mandatory? Using the has required. These are the annotations. Has required is used to denote that the particular ID is mandatory. Mother ID reference is implied. Implied is for optional. Similarly, father and the children. Right? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, we have many examples. I am skipping these examples. So moving, these are. It has many examples. You can refer to these slides and later on. So till now, what we have studied. Till now, what we have studied, we have learned XML, we have learned DTD, right? Everyone, please.
Yes.
We
Yes,
know,
sir.
we come to know what is service. We know what is service oriented. Uh, we know why. We know how different services communicates. Like if it is written in Java language, it is written in CPP language. How these services will be communicated with each other. The implementation part we will deal in the lab 3 or 4. So don't worry. For now, we have remaining with XSD. It is similar like DDT. It is similar like DDT. But in our case, in SUA lab, we will be following DDT. Sorry, XSD. So we will be more focusing on XTD, not the DDT part, right? So for the validation purpose of XML, we will be using XSD, not DTD. It has some limitation. What are the different limitations DDT has? It does not specify the XML element has particular, since we have seen it has like a PC data. PC data is for PC data is for everything. It is like a string. we cannot specify the particular element must have integer, particular element must have date data type, particular element must have float data type. We cannot specify using DDT. So these these limitations of DDT gets overcome by in XSD. So in XSD we have what? We have anyone?
Sir, schema content is
We have set of data types, data types, so that we can specify that particular element must have string value, particular element must have float values, particular element must have data type. So XSD have those set of features. In DDT we do not have, because in DDT we have only PC data. PC data represents a string data type. So in under a string, under the same hood, we can have many values, like integer can be accepted in string values, float can be accepted in string values, any kind of data type can be accepted in under uh, string data type. So this problem of this limitation of DDT is overcome by XSD. So we are using XSD for our validation of XML language, right? So so in in case of XSD, we have a different we have a set of features which can be used to generate we can use simple data types, and we can also use set of features which can be used to generate user defined data types. Like in different programming language we have user defined data types like classes, structures, union. These are the user defined data types. In similar fashion, we in XML schema we can generate our own data types. These data types known as complex data types, right? In XML schema terminology it is known as complex type, right? So what I'll do, I directly jumped into wait for a second. If anyone has any doubt till now, you can ask. You will be given some exercises on XML. You need to write on your own, because in SOA architecture development, you do not need to require to know the writing code in XML, right? You just need to understand the XML code. So suppose you have given a XML code. Suppose you have been given XML code. You need to understand what the XML code is saying to you, right? So you need to understand the XML code. You do not need to learn that much so that you can write each and every line of XML code, because writing in XML code is error prone. So we generally use different tools to generate code for XML. So what I am using currently to develop XML code or XSD code, the tool is available in Oracle SOA Suite. It is a software. It is a tool. We will be dealing with this software tool in later point of time. So we will discuss about this tool. Maybe some points may be not clear to you all, because it is the first lab or the first session of SOA. So SOA lab. So maybe some topics may be hard for you to understand for now. Everyone is seeing this XML notes? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
See, what I am doing, I am directly this software is known as Oracle source code, right? In this, we have different set of tools presented over here. We can see. First step, after opening the Oracle jDeveloper, I will discuss how to install this software, or rather, I simply upload this whole Oracle source code on AWS Cloud, so that you can simply access those from your laptop. You do not need to install in your personal laptops, because installing this software requires many prerequisites. So if you want to install the software, you need to install the Oracle database software, and two or more software required to run this particular software. So if you have do not have the laptop with very high end specification, your laptop may suffer from performance. So what we will do, what I will be doing, I will simply deploy this Oracle source code on AWS Cloud. So you can simply connect to the AWS Cloud. I will tell you how to connect to the AWS Cloud. So you can simply connect to the AWS Cloud, and simply you can perform your labs simply on AWS Clouds, and make a note, or make a take those screenshots of those assignments given to you, right? The first step, what we will doing, you simply can go to the file. After that, you can go to the application, right? You can go to the show application. Everyone seeing it or not? The font size is very small, because the software is very huge, and it has to maintain very components left on the left side, on the right side. So uh, everyone seeing this or not? So application,
Yes, sir.
right? After this, getting this, you can simply click OK. You can write like SOA lab sessions. Clicking on next, you can write lab 1 project. Next, simply finish. Now you can go over here, lab project. You can see over here there is written schemas, right? Everyone, schemas.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
On schemas, you can right click, new. Then you can get XML file from here. Even if it is not from here, not visual here, you can go to gallery. From gallery, then go to XML, and then you choose XML schema, right? XML schema, it is called XSD, XML schema. You have many options. You have like XML schema from XML document, right? I've said you can generate XML schema from XML document, You can XML document from XML schema. You have different options, but for now you just need to go to XML schema and just click OK. Right. You need to write the name for your XSD. XSD is the XML schema definition, right? So we can write simply addition, and click on OK. You can change this target namespace. Target namespace. You can write. You know the namespace, right? Everyone, what is namespace? In every language we have different name for this namespaces. So it is namespace. We can choose any let's say I am putting over here abhishekkumar.org. You can write on your own name. Okay, and after this it will generate design of XML schema, right? You can get the source code of this XML schema from here. You can create at the lower part. You can see design, source and history. Source is for getting the source code of the particular schema. See, you can after practicing more and more examples, you will use to it how to do this part, how to generate XML schema. You will be very much confident with this kind of thing, right? So how we will be generating XML schema, XSD schema. You just need to drag and drop, right? You just click over here. I am writing over request. It is the request. Why I have written request? I am telling you. Request. This is the element. Just drag it over here. This is the response. You will get why I'm writing request and response in some point in some time, after some time. So it is I'm dragging over sequence here. Sequence and sequence over here. Right. What is the request? Request has two elements. Two elements. What is that? Elements. What is the response? Response has one element. See what I am doing. You will get it is integer a. It is integer a. Could not set name to integer. Input 1, input 1, input 2. This is sum. See, I am generating XSD for the XML. You have seen an example, addition example, right? Everyone, you have seen. It is not hard. It will see. You have seen an example. You have like XML file is generated from stub, right? XML file is generated from stub, which is known as soap messages. Soap messages, right? We have seen this. A step third or fourth, what was that? This one, 7. A stub file, stub classes will generate soap request. Soap request was what? Soap request was XML file. I have given example.
Yes, sir.
So this stub will generate XML file. This XML file must have some XSD to validate this XML file is written correctly or not, right? This XML file must have some XSD to validate this XML file is written correctly or not. At that point of time when I was discussing this XML file, so at that point of time I have written like this: class add class. After that I have written function is addition. This is add, sorry, this is function. After that I have written param1, I have written 5 param. After that I have written param 2 param. At that point of time I have given the example, right? Everyone please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So at that point of time I have said that this file, this XML file may look like this but may be incorrect, right? At that point of time I have mentioned one point. This file may looks like this but maybe this is incorrect because this is not following the XSD rule, right? Because at that point of time you do not know XSD, so I did not introduce the what is the XSD, so I simply created the XML file without caring about the XSD. So at this point of time you know the XSD, so I am now showing this file XML file was created at that point of time is not correct according to the XSD. Which XSD? That XSD I am creating now. Everyone please.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what I am doing, I am creating the XSD for that XML file. What I am doing, I am sending the request with XSD for request part. Request part is you have given input 1, you have given input 2. What is the data type of input 1? Since it is the XSD, we can specify. Anyone asking something? Since is a request part or since it is XSD, we can specify the particular data type used by the input 1. So simply right click and set type. So you can type integer over here, right? Set type, you can write integer, right? In case of DTD, we do not have opportunity to set the data type. We are simply putting the PC data type, PC data, right? Under the PC data type, we can include any data type, right? Simple, any simple data type, right? Like integer, float, double, character, any kind of data type we know we can put under the same hood like PC data type. But in case of XTD, we can particularly specify which kind of data type you are accepting, right? So in case of request messages, I am accepting two kind of data type. Input 2 is integer, input 1 is also integer, right? So I'm integer. And in case of response, I am generating the same data type, right? If you are adding two integers, the output will be same kind of data type. So I am also specifying the output also will be of data type integer, right? This is the XSD. This is the XSD for the XML file generated by the stub. What is the source code for this one? This is the source code. You will get it step by step. It is the first time you are seeing this kind of example, so please hold on and don't worry. We will have lot of examples based on this XML or XSD. Anyone? We are switching from design tab to source tab. Here you can see design tab and the source tab. Everyone getting this point or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this way we are generating the XSD. We do not require to write code for each and every element we have in the XML. So we directly generate we can directly generate the sorry, we can directly generate the XSD using drag and drop technique. Okay. So what kind of things we have? We have element, group, notation, simple type. What is the simple type? Simple type is the like we have simple data type in the C or C++, right? We have complex data type also. You can see if you consider this example, you can see this example. Let me zoom it. Zoom in. Everyone is able to see this code or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please check this code. What is written over here? How the XML element and XSD are communicating with each other.
Sir, is it necessary to apply XSD colon as a prefix before every
No.
tag?
For that purpose, I have asked you, is everyone familiar with namespaces? So no one questioned me. So I move forward.
No, sir,
XSD.
because I have a little bit studied morning. He has not anywhere the this type of thing like prefix like this.
No, this is the suppose. Let's see, suppose you have two elements having the same name, like you have what is namespace? Namespace generally distinguishes between the two same things, right? Two same things. Suppose we have to distinguish between two same things. Suppose I have a class name is addition, and another class we have subtraction, and in the same in both the classes we have a common function, right? So in case of calling a same function, we are using class name dot function name, right? Class name function name.
Yes, sir.
So even if we have the same function name, we can distinguish between these two functions using their class name, right?
Yes, sir.
But what if we have same class name, same type of class name, then how to distinguish between these two class names? We are required to name those. So you can ask me ki, sir, how it is possible to name the two classes with the same name? But we are required to name the both classes, name them the both classes same. So in that cases we put them those classes in different namespaces. Let's say the namespace name of first one having the class sample. Let's say the class name is sample. So I put that sample class in a let's say namespace is namespace one, and in another class we have the same sample class name. So we will put them in namespace 2. So calling sample is not enough. So we will, how we will call it, namespace 1 dot sample, namespace 2 dot sample, to distinguish between these two same class names, right? Are you getting me or not?
Yes, sir. Sir, is it similar to what we see in the C++ by writing by using namespace std?
Yeah, right. Same.
Yes, sir.
Namespaces are used in different. See, it is also a programming language. I have also tell you about the simple. Here is the, we have simple type. Simple type is generally the C. In case of C++ or C, we have integer data type or simple data type. These are the same, and these these complex types. These complex type are the user defined data types. How it is defined? It is defined using sequence. You will get to know each and every point. Today we have discussed a lot of many things, so we will not discuss XSD today because many things cannot be handled by you till for now. Sir, Devar sir. I will be sharing the slides with you, what we have studied today, the architecture too, and the notes on that architecture too, so that you can refer to those written files. If even if anyone didn't listen carefully or missed something due to some online issues, so you can refer to those notes, because those architectures are very important, because we will be following these architecture throughout our SUA lab. I will be referring that, remember those architectures. So you need to memorize those architectures, or what are the things in that those architectures. So I will be sharing some exercises to do on XML and DTD for now. We will learn XSD and what are the contents of XSD, XSLT, XSL, XPath, XQRI. These are the different prerequisites for developing a SOA based architecture. So we'll be discussing a lot on those prerequisites of SOA architecture. So in the next lab we will doing those prerequisites of swap based architecture. In the from third lab, most probably we will develop a simple web service, like simple web service. For now, if I say service, you can understand that is a function which is being called by another one, right? Everyone.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
In the past few labs, past few lectures, most probably 2 lectures have been over. You have been taught PPT1, right? PPT1 of SOA architecture, right? Everyone, please say yes or no.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. PPT one.
So right. So you can also visit you revisit that PPT again. You will get to know more things now. Deva sir, hello.
Hello, sir. Sir, the software is shown at the end. What was the name of that software?
This one.
Yes, sir. For
This
the
is
XML, sir.
right. This is Oracle SWA. It is used for. It is used for. It is like a orchestration tool, right? It is a integration tool. There are, suppose you have 100 web services. Suppose what you have asked. What is the name of software, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Name of the software, sir.
It is Oracle SWA. You can download from Oracle official website. E-delivery, like edelivery.oracle.com. You can get it from there. But downloading and installing this software is very hectic. So I recommend you can, if you even if you can download, you can download in your system and install in your system. It will be good. But even if you have, you can refer to, you can access the that Oracle source code from AWS cloud. I will be deploying that software on AWS cloud. You can manage timings, because on AWS cloud it will be charging for it will be charging me for using that Oracle source code on AWS cloud. So you can manage time. Suppose you have 16 students, right? 16 or 17 students. 16 17 students, whatever it is. You can discuss what are the timings for what will be the timing for which time slot you will be accessing that AWS cloud, right? Suppose Nirmal wants to access from 9 to 12 AWS cloud. Banot wants to access that AWS cloud from 12 to 2. So you can discuss. You will be given like 2 days, right? After that, it will be charging me for your labs. So you can discuss what will be the time slots for which you will be performing operations, performing your labs on AWS cloud. So it will be easy for me, because I will upload deploy that Oracle source code on AWS cloud for mostly 2 days, right? After that, I will terminate those instances on AWS cloud. Deva sir is present on.
So he is not here right now.
Okay.
So one
Anyone?
more thing. Hello.
Yeah.
So one more thing, sir. Our class, sir, today, like in when our class first half, we don't have any class. So can we shift this lab to first half? So we all were discussing about that. So if you don't have any problem or anything.
This thing I need to discuss with Raj sir.
Yes, yes, sir. We also plan to talk, but he's not there right now. So just ask you if you have any problem or
Okay,
something.
he's online. I request him to join. Mm. Everyone understand or not today's class? Every part of it. Even if you have problem, it will rectify in near upcoming classes, because we have many labs to do. Not many labs. We have many exercises to do on that topic. So it will be get easy to you.